Hi, my name is Mike Ward. I'm the Global Director of Content at Informa Pharma Insights, the publishers of Pink Sheet and Script. And we're here at the Bio Europe Spring Meeting in Barcelona, where biotech companies, pharma companies, investors all get together to have discussions about potential investments or potential partnering deals, but also having some discussions about some of the key topics and the key trends that are affecting the industry. One of those is in fact the emergence of the microbiome. And I'm joined by Eric de la Fortelle, who's a venture partner at the venture capitalist Seventure Partners, who have a €160 million fund that focuses on the microbiome, and they've also published a report today looking at areas. So Eric, thanks for joining us.
Welcome.
So the microbiome, it's one of these phrases that's becoming more and more common, or it's what people are talking about. And in the biotech industry, we've seen this quite a lot, where we sort of see these fads. So I guess we could cut to the chase. The microbiome, is it hype, or is there something genuinely happening?
So like everything that is being talked a lot about, there is an element of fashion in the microbiome, especially because it went very fast from the lab bench to the public consciousness with lots of books, lots of news articles. But at the bottom of it, there is an incontrovertible truth that we've ignored the bacteria around us and in us for half a century or more, and the beneficial effects of them, and we've been killing them a lot. And now I think the hype is the flip of the coin of doing too much to kill all bacteria around us, and people realizing that they've done something wrong and wanting to counterbalance in their daily lives, but also in their health habits, in their drugs, in their nutrition, and that's why the field is so important.
Right. So when did it kickstart? When did sort of the microbiome become something that actually people started really talking about?
Well, once upon a time it was called the intestinal flora.
Right.
What transitioned it into the microbiome and the deep understanding of what's going on is the advent in the early 2000s of the deep sequencing technology, the metagenomics, where you take a universe of bacteria and you sequence them all at the same time.
Right.
And you have the genetic material of this meta population, and then you have to piece together what belongs to what bacterium. And this brought enormous knowledge in the early 2000s and late 2000s. Now it's being complemented by proteomics, metabolomics, and every day we understand more about what species do what, how they interact together, and most importantly, how they interact with the human body.
All right, and how is that going to translate into therapeutics or sort of advantageous clinical outcomes?
Yeah, for the people in the field, it's becoming more and more clear that it fits a medical niche that is being underserved at the moment. That doesn't mean that drugs will be easy to find, but drugs are never easy to find. It is clear that the microbe-human interaction is something that can be utilized to do drugs. Right. How exactly is going to be utilized? Is it going to be a one-bug treatment, one bacteria treatment? Is it going to be a multiple bacteria treatment? Is it going to be a bacteriophage selectively killing some bacteria? It's going to be probably all of the above. In which order? Anyone's guess, but we are investing in all of those in order to see something come to market.
Right, so in some respects, it's about actually sort of developing treatments that affect those bugs, or it's actually using those bugs as a kind of therapeutic?
It's both. Using bug against bug makes intuitive sense, but we have, for instance, Enterome, our company, is developing small molecules against the toxicities of certain bacteria. And these small molecules are sort of in between the bacterium that misbehaves and the human that is on the receiving end of the misbehavior. And stopping the misbehavior of bacteria is one way to alleviate disease, a novel one. So it opens a novel area of biology that's been underexplored, and the pioneers are going to explore it. Will it yield drugs? We all know it's very difficult to go from a concept to a drug, but some of them will yield drugs. I'm very convinced about that.
So where are we on that timeline, right? Where we're looking from going from the concept to actually having something that you can give to a patient?
So there's a low-hanging fruit. There are a number of products already on the market in cosmetics, in probiotics, in functional nutrition that utilize this biology either at the edge or core of the business. The phase 2 high-quality clinical studies are happening today for the new generation of actives, and these will come to markets if they're successful in the next, I would say, 3 years.
Right. Okay. So you just published this report. I mean, what was the sort of the background to having the report created in the first place?
So we're very fortunate at Seventure, and the report will be published soon by sending an email to Seventure or info@seventure.fr. We will send back the report, so the reports in an hour from now will be public. This report, the first idea of this report is that we as Seventure see the whole field. We're talking to all the KOLs, to all the entrepreneurs, and we realize that for the generalist economic decision maker, it's quite difficult to understand all the dynamics of the field. So we've tried to condense all this knowledge in 20-some pages, to introduce what the field is about, to quote a number of references if they're interested, but to make it easy to read and to understand. And we've interviewed about 25 key opinion leaders, academics, entrepreneurs, pharma people, investors, to understand their vision of the future and to summarize their vision of the future in a few indicators.
So you've done that, but the conclusion is it the idea that then these generalists would provide more support to efforts in the sort of the microbiome space? Because I mean, at the moment you're a specialist VC, you've got a 160 million euro fund that's backing some opportunities. Are you hoping that by taking on board your hypothesis that the microbiome is going to have an impact, that you will attract other types of investors or other kinds of supporters to the microbiome?
So who are these generalists? They can be pharma top management, right, who are by definition generalists in the life sciences, and these people can take an interest and then talk to the specialized people in their organizations to say, is it time to invest? Are we missing something if we don't invest? And we're hoping to give them some clues on timing and on the interest of the field. They could also be generalist investors who may not want to invest directly, but who may want to invest through a fund like Health for Life Capital from Seventure or others, who are investing themselves into the microbiome and investing into experts. To make investments in the actual biotech companies might be a good step forward for those who don't fully understand the field but have an interest. So we're trying to raise an interest. Yeah,
sure. And in the kinds of businesses that your fund is actually backing at the moment, what are the sort of success stories that you can share with us at the moment?
So we have our oldest microbiome company, Informa, raised their Series B with great success, and Nestlé Health Sciences, is one of their investors, together with Seventure and a few others. That's a success story because they successfully moved from diagnostics to therapeutics, and we are agnostic to which of the life sciences area, as long as we utilize the biology of the microbiome, which could do nutrition, we can do diagnostics, we can do drugs, we can do medical device. It doesn't really matter as long as we explore this specific biology. So Informa is one of these successes. I could quote also Pharma, who recently raised 10 million euro Series B round, and many of our other companies are much earlier stage, but already taking an academic idea that's very powerful and making it into a company with management and with a plan, that counts as a success as well.
So we're going to be seeing each other on the panel, which is also going to be recorded by the EBD group, and it will be available on their site. So I think we're going to have an interesting panel with big pharma and biotech startups joining us on that stage.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Pleased to discuss with you.
Cheers. Thanks.